Hola, hola, I'm your host, Diana Pierson, and this is The Schedule. After a couple weeks off, we are back with a lot of boxing announcements for all you boxing heads. We jump right in with one of the biggest fight weeks of the year. Why, you ask? It's because we have the Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia fight. Now, there's so many things that can be said about this fight, and I'm about to say them all. As a boxing fan, one of my biggest complaints about modern boxing is that the best don't really fight the best. That is certainly not the case with this fight. Mikey Garcia, the 135-pound champion, jumps up 2 weight divisions to take on the much bigger and arguably faster Errol Spence Jr. Most fighters today take on an equal or better opponent once every few years, but Mikey, by asking for this fight and wanting this fight, is laying a new path for boxers and the industry as a whole. Hopefully other fighters will see what Mikey is doing and fight better competition and step up for the fans and the sport. We hope you all show support for both these warriors and buy the pay-per-view. Now, we're not being paid by Fox to say this. We just want the business of boxing to see that fans are willing to pay for great fights. We're sick of paying for the one-sided fights we get so often, so hats off to Mikey and Earl for taking this fight, and we wish you both the best of luck this weekend. Oh wait, now, before we go any further, we'd like to do this. For Instagram follower los79_EDZ, as you're sick of looking at our background. Oh wait, how about this? Or wait, how about? Oh wait, one more. We start off in Philadelphia with the Tevin Farmer versus Jono Carroll. Farmer's defending his IBF junior lightweight title. As part of the doubleheader, the ladies are in action with Katie Taylor versus Rose Volante. This unification bout puts the women's lightweight IBF, WBA, and WBO titles on the line. Also on the card, Gabriel Rosado, Luke Campbell, Hank Lundy, and more. Pretty good stack of fighters going at it on DAZN. And speaking of DAZN, what do you guys think of the DAZN and all the fight cards that they're putting on? Are they good fights, bad fights? Do you feel like you're getting your money's worth? Let us know in the comment section below. Next up, we are in Manchester, England for the Davey Oliver Joyce versus Stephen Tiffany for the vacant European featherweight title. Stephen Tiffany is coming off his first loss, but he feels that his loss helped him mentally for this fight. This fight will be on IFL TV in Europe. From England, we head to Mexico City for the Diego Cruz versus Mauricio Pinto fight on Telemundo. Also on the card, Cesar Soriano Lozada fights Christian Gomez Garcia. And to finish off the night, we're in Worcester, Massachusetts for the Kendrick Ball Jr. versus Danny Rosenberger fight. This fight is a club level show and there's no broadcast information for this fight. On March 16th, there are 4 fight nights, but the big fight card that we're all looking forward to is the Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia fight. Mikey moves up 2 weight divisions to fight for Earl's IBF welterweight title. Most boxing experts are picking Earl for his size, speed, and power advantage, but Mike is not having any of that. He believes that he's an all-around better fighter. What do you guys think? And who are you guys picking for the fight? Let us know below. Also on the card, David Benavidez returns against J. Leon Love. This is only a 10-round fight as David was stripped for his title for testing positive for Colombia's finest. What can you say? He's a young man, he went out, had a good time, and it cost him. We'll have to see if the punishment and time away has refocused the young and talented super middleweight. Also on the pay-per-view, Luis Neri versus McJoe Arroyo and Chris Ariola versus Jean-Pierre Agustin. This pay-per-view is the first Fox pay-per-view that I can ever remember, so be patient if you can't get it on right away. This fight card is crazy with 12 more fights on the card. They really want to pack the fans into Jerry's world with 16 fights. That or PBC has a lot of contracted fighters that need fights. And at the same time on DAZN, Mark DeLuca takes on Jimmy Williams. Gary Spike O'Sullivan fights Kiari Gray and Charles Foster versus Mike Jimenez. DAZN just doesn't care. They keep putting on fights against all the other networks, and this is one tough competition for DAZN as the boxing world is focused on Dallas on the 15th. In Japan, Kosei Tanaka puts his WBO flyweight title on the line against Ryoshi Taguchi. Should be a really good fight if you can find the broadcast information on it. And if you can, please pass it on to the rest of us. In Johannesburg, South Africa, Kevin Lerena fights Artur Mann in a cruiserweight showdown. Finishing out the St. Patrick's Day weekend, Irish Olympian Michael Conlan fights Ruben Garcia Hernandez at Madison Square Garden. Now, this is the second year in a row Mick has fought at the Garden on St. Paddy's Day. Top Rank seems to have high hopes for Conlan as he progresses in his career. And also on the card, Luis Colasso versus Samuel Vargas.